I'm going to read an extract from a publication called The Voice of Ethiopia, in which they interview His Majesty Haile Selassie I. Before I read it, I will read both the question and the answer. But before I do, I will be replacing the word religion by Rastafari, because Rastafari is not a religion, but a way of life, a liberty. So the question posed was: there are people everywhere who hold that civilization has done more harm than good to humanity. These people argue that even though the so-called modern progress has brought some physical comfort, it has done incalculable harm to and greatly weakened the spiritual values regarded so highly in former times. What they call spiritual values are those things which are usually associated with Rastafari. In other words, the great progress made in the field of science has contributed to the weakening of the influence of Rastafari and has deprived man of that inner calm that he so much needs for his spiritual well-being. What is Your Majesty's opinion on this matter? Haile Selassie I answers: progress must be moral. One cannot deny that in former times man's life has been one of toil and hardship. It is correct to say, therefore, that modern civilization and the progress of science have greatly improved man's life and have brought comfort and ease in their trail. But civilization can serve man both for good as well as for evil purposes. Experience shows that it has invariably brought great dividends to those who use it for good purposes, while it has always brought incalculable harm and damnation to those who use it for evil purposes. To make our wills obedient to good influences and to avoid evil, therefore, is to show the greatest wisdom. In order to follow this aim, one must be guided by Rastafari. Progress without Rastafari is just like a life surrounded by unknown perils and can be compared to a body without a soul. All human inventions, from the most primitive tool to the modern atom, can help man greatly in his peaceful endeavors, but if they are put to evil purposes, they have the capacity to wipe out the human race from the surface of the earth. It is only when the human mind is guided by Rastafari and morality that man can acquire the necessary vision to put all his ingenious inventions and contrivances to really useful and beneficial purposes. The progress of science can be said to be harmful to religion only insofar as it is used for evil aims, and not because it claims a priority over Rastafari in its revelation to man. It is important that spiritual advancement must keep pace with material advancement. When this comes to be realized, man's journey towards higher and more lasting values will show more marked progress, while the evil in him recedes into the background. Knowing that material and spiritual progress are essential to man, we must ceaselessly work for the equal attainment of both. Only then shall we be able to acquire that absolute inner calm so necessary to our well-being. It is only when a people strike an even balance between scientific progress and spiritual and moral advancement that it can be said to possess a wholly perfect and complete personality and not a lopsided one. The type of progress we have chalked for Ethiopia is based on these fundamental principles. I man give thanks nice unto the Most High Jah, Rastafari.